Boom. Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Barcelona 1, Manchester United 0. In what was quite a very disappointing evening due to the score, you can't really be too disappointed as a Manchester United fan. Although you can, obviously, because of the result and certain other things that I'm going to get into. But, you know, we're in a position where next Tuesday at the Nou Camp, you know, we can do the business, we can do the job. And I think the number one thing, going into the second fixture from Solskjaer's point of view, is that we had to be in a position where we can get the job done, and we are in a position where we can get the job done. I'll start with the positives. McTominay, Fred, Delo, majority of the centre-backs. Shaw was quite good, although we scored the own goal. De Gea, decent performances. Fred and McTominay for me both stood out. Brilliant performances. Fred in the deeper role, he's just quicker than Matic, to be honest. He's got a bit of a bite about him. He's quick in the tackle, and that's what we've been missing in that position, really. Do I think that's his main position? It's different. I don't think he can do that in the Prem, just because of how physical the Prem is, and if he loses the ball in that position, he fucks us, really. So Matic is probably going to have to start there. But McTominay, brilliant from the young lad. He didn't look out of place. He looked confident. He kept the ball well, and I think the biggest thing I'm seeing with McTominay now is that I'm starting to see what all the fuss was about him. And the thing is, he's got strength. He's tall, good feet, keeps the ball well. Don't get me wrong. He's not a Paul Scholes. He's not a Roy Keane. He's not a Michael Carrick. But he's a McTominay, and he's doing the job, to be honest. He done the boys proud yesterday, and for me, he starts against West Ham, and he starts next week against Barcelona. So it was bright from the young boy. Fred, yeah, same. Moved the ball quickly, so no complaints. Delo looked bright. The missed chances we had, though, bloody hell. It could have. This is the thing. That game could have been 2-1 United. 1-0 United, 3-0 Barcelona, and it obviously finished 1-0 Barcelona, even a score draw possibly. You know, the header from Delo in the first half, I'm still haunted by that fucking miss. The way it comes over, he's at the post, back. It's a brilliant ball from Rashford, by the way. He's at the back post, and all he's got to do is get it on target, and he fucking heads it back across goal. And yeah, bitterly disappointed. Rashford with the volley should have done a lot better for me. Should have hit the target at least, or bring it down, hit the target, but he fluffed it. Can you blame him? He's been out of form the last few weeks. He's been woefully out of form. But yeah, you know, it's disappointing because we lost, but I think we can do it. I do think we can do it at the Nou Camp. I think we're going to have to score a minimum of 2 goals because Barcelona will score, and a 2-1 win will see us through. What are the chances? It all depends, to be honest, on what Manchester United turns up and what Barcelona turns up, and I think that's the major disappointment of last night, was that it really was a missed opportunity, because they were there for the taking. Barcelona, they really were. They didn't turn up. Messi, you know, this is what Messi does. He was, you know, the back four, I felt, dealt with him quite comfortably, but then he has that one chance, that movement where he gets in behind, and it's brilliant from him. And obviously Luke Shaw's very unlucky, but then you're 1-0 down in the under 15 minutes, and you're like, this could be a very, very, very long night. But you know, they've done well. The performance was good, and it just gives me more confidence that Solskjaer is the right man for the job, because the number one thing that we lacked last night was quality up front, because Rashford he's not been in form now the last month. He needs dropping. He's probably, I think Solskjaer come out and said he was ill. He hasn't been fully fit since the Liverpool game. Lukaku, I don't want to get on Lukaku's back too much, but he just, I don't know. I see his first touch again, let him down, but he was probably a 6 last night, and you know, he'd done some things good. Some things I was a bit like, oh, here we go. But you know, I think the major thing with Lukaku is confidence, and not only his confidence in himself. I don't think his squad have any confidence in him. I see at one point in the second half, the ball goes into the channel, and he deals with Alba well, holds him up, a few step overs, and he gets a good cross into the box. But Ter Stegen just comfortably collects it. I think Rashford's at the back post. He probably should have been, bad positioning from Rashford, to be fair, because it's going to be difficult for Lukaku to find him. And Pogba is probably the second most forward person, but Pogba doesn't trust in Lukaku to get the ball into the box. So he comes round the back to offer support. Had he hit the front post, I think it could have been a chance. But I don't think Pogba obviously is thinking in his head, Lukaku's going to do this and get the ball in. So it's a difficult one. And then obviously Martial come on, looked bright. Lingard come on, looked okay. But the thing is, none of our forwards are fully fit, and none of them are in form. And I think that is why we've lost the last 4 of our last 5. And that does sound horrific, but I don't think it's as bad as it seems. Ashley Young, our captain, Ashley Young, 11 crosses, 0 successful, 80% pass completion. I don't want to get on his back because I know he's getting a lot of abuse, but he's just not good enough. And it's like, that's our captain, and he's not. And the thing is, he's not actually showing any leadership qualities because he's just gobbing off. That's all he's really got. And your players look up to your captain for inspiration, for a bit of quality, and he's just not doing it. So Solskjaer, please find some way to just stop playing him. Play Dalot there. Dalot played on the left hand side. He played well. He did play well. I thought he looked bright. De Gea made a good save. Smalling and Lindelof done well. Shaw, apart from the own goal, done well. But yeah, boys, it's all to do. It's all to do next week. It's all to do at the new camp. You can't be too disappointed because at the end of the day, we can do it. We can do the business. Now, don't get me wrong. PSG, it won't be like PSG. It won't be Barcelona or a different animal, especially at home at the new camp. So, like I said, we're going to need to score minimum 2 goals, I think, and I think we can do it. But we need our forwards to come into some kind of form because all of them, they're all out of form. They're all shot. They're either not fit or But Martial come on. He looked okay. A few bright sparks. At one point, he nearly got in, and then Gerard Piqué swiped up. He had a brilliant game. Gerard Piqué, absolutely brilliant game, and that's what we're really lacking. That kind of quality leader, centre back. That he's got a brilliant football brain, Gerard Piqué, and I think he's having his best season in a while for Barcelona this season. So obviously that don't help. But Barcelona, they didn't even get out of third gear, and that's why it's a major missed opportunity for us because we could have gone in to that away leg 2-1 up. We really could have, and I'm not just saying that. We really could have gone in there 2-1 up, but then at the same time we could have gone in there 3-0 down because Suarez missed a chance, Coutinho missed a chance with a good save from De Gea. So, at this level of football, quarterfinals of the Champions League is fine margins. So, it's all to do. There's no point being disappointed in it. We've been awful at home, so I think we've scored 1 goal at home in the Champions League this season. That's how shit it has been. But it's away from home where we've done the job. So, from that perspective, you've got to have a bit of confidence and just got to believe in the boys. And I think we can do it. I really do. We're going to have to play it in 6th gear. We're going to have to play in 6th gear because Barcelona are going to be in 5th gear. And if we're going to want to beat them, we're going to have to be at our very, very, very best. And I think we don't have Luke Shaw because obviously he picked up a yellow. So that's a major issue. But look, we got West Ham Saturday evening. It's a must win. We have to win that game. Everton done us a favour doing Arsenal last weekend. But yeah, the top 4 race is still wide open. And if you ask me, I am going to prioritise top 4 over the Champions League just because I'm thinking long term. If we have Champions League football next season, we're going to be able to keep our best players easier. We're going to be able to recruit better, easier, and it just puts us in a position at the start of next season where we can really go for it. I don't expect us to win the league next year, but it puts us in such a good position if we've got top 4 next season. Whereas if we let's say we beat Barcelona, we've got Liverpool in the semi-finals. I think we can beat the Scousers. They're a hard-working team, but they've had an easy-ish run, to be honest. They beat Bayern Munich, but that Bayern Munich didn't really look like anything. Then they've got Porto, they're 2-0 up. Barcelona, I think, could beat them, but yeah, without looking too far ahead, let's just get behind the boys. It's a bit of positivity. Like, don't get me wrong, the result is very disappointing, but we can go to the Camp Nou and we can do the business. So yeah, I just think we just got to get our strikers fit. And I think that's why Martial and Lingard didn't start, because Solskjaer is thinking the next games. That I do believe that, and that's why Lukaku and Rashford did start. I think he's trying to keep Martial and Lingard fit because of obviously what happened against PSG and Liverpool, and obviously bringing Lingard back too early. And we cannot afford for Martial and Lingard to not be fit or get injured, because we are done. We're done then. We cannot rely on just Rashford and Lukaku, because you saw last night, if they're not informed, they won't do the job, and it's not their fault. Lukaku, maybe you can blame, but Rashford, he bleeds Manchester United, so he'll always give it his all. But yeah, a bit of positivity, lads. Let's do it. I've been to the Nou Camp. It's a beautiful stadium. So if you can't get up for a quarterfinals against Barcelona at the Nou Camp, then they don't deserve to be Manchester United players. But the boys did us proud last night. Let's get behind them and let's do the job on Tuesday. If you're still watching, give it a like, give it a subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Sweet lads.